we both are so high on emotions at the moment that we don't really know what to say and how to take things forward in this particular video. New Zealand did try to challenge us in the semi-finals, but thanks to Mohammad Shami's 7-wicket haul, we overcame that challenge to enter the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup 2023's final. And here we are to talk about the match. We'll try to keep it short because I know nobody watches till the end. So we'll try to keep it around 10 minutes. And so we'll start. So Pragun, what are your thoughts on this match?
I would say it was once again a one-sided affair. At least in retrospect, we could say that. We beat them with, I think, 70 runs, and Mohammad Shami taking a 7-wicket haul was the icing on the cake because I am personally very happy that someone from India has taken the 7-wicket haul, and now he has the best figures in an ODI in the ODI format for an Indian bowler, which was previously held by Stuart Binney.
Yeah,
I'm very happy with that fact. Obviously, going into the finals is is literally the best thing we could ask for at the beginning of the campaign, and at the time when we lost 3 wickets for just 2 runs against Australia. This felt like it was very far away.
yeah. But honestly, we've been so habitual of seeing India underperform or lose in the knockouts that it did not really feel like a semi-final until that partnership between Kane Williamson and Daryl Mitchell started threatening us. And but eventually we overcame that. Mohammad Shami was so relentless. I mean, 7 wickets in an ODI, and as you said, it's the best figure for an Indian bowler in ODIs. And finally, we are through to the final. And as they say, taste success once and tongue once more. It's the dialogue from 83 movie.
Yeah, I remember the dialogue.
And I mean,
I think
the emotional stake was huge in this match because, at least from my end, I was so emotionally active in this match because I don't really feel that emotions while watching an India-Pakistan match, to be honest. But New Zealand have been troubling us for a long time. Earlier, they had a record of defeating us for 20 years, being undefeated against us in 20 years in the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup or all ICC tournaments. But finally, we have
ICC
broken that
tournaments.
jinx. Yeah, in the ICC tournaments, be 2019 World Cup semi-final, that heartbreak, 2021 Champions Trophy, sorry, World Test Championship final, and
World
the
Test
T20
Championship.
World Cup as well. It was an important match for us that we lost against them. So finally, we have taken all that revenge, and finally, we are all set for 19th of November.
I I would say that it was a great moment, not just because we won the semi-final and we are through to the finals, but like you rightly said, beating New Zealand. I would say I too was very emotional. My whole house was very emotional. I remember the game was going on, and so in my home there was a TV where it was Star Sports. We were using Star Sports, and one TV was using Hotstar. I was watching on Hotstar, and it was lagging behind the ball.
Yeah.
So every time a wicket fell, right from the moment when Kane Williamson got out, I was hearing the noise from the outside and reacting to it because I knew that something has
Yeah.
happened. It was a great. I would say it was a very good match, and but at the end, like I would say, we beat them by 70 runs. It was
And
great
the
display.
man behind those cheers in the second half and that 70-run victory was Mohammad Shami. And something you would like to say about him?
I would say it's really what can I say? He was not a part of our starting lineup. It's like a joke. He if he would have been in any other side of the 9 teams, he would have been their number one bowler, and he was not even in our playing 11. And with if Hardik Pandya hadn't got injured,
Yes.
we don't know what would have happened. Maybe we would have gone through to the finals still, but what a blessing in disguise that was. That injury to Hardik Pandya. Obviously, I would have liked if he was in the team with Mohammad Shami, but now as things stand, I think it's safe to say that it was all well done.
Like you said, it's hard to process that Mohammad Shami was not a part of our initial 11. And I'll be very frank, every time Mohammad Shami bowls like this, he makes me question my knowledge about how I used to justify why Mohammad Siraj plays ahead of him in ODIs and why Mohammad Shami is not an ideal person to start ahead of Mohammad Siraj. And now there's this stage where Mohammad Siraj is looking as bland as possible, and even Bumrah has sort of lost his charm when you think about Mohammad Shami. So that's That's so good for the Indian team, and I think we both are so high on emotions at the moment that we don't really know what to say and how to take things forward in this particular video.
We are so high on emotions that we haven't mentioned Virat Kohli hitting the milestone century or Shreyas Iyer playing that quick fire knock that helped us to get, I would say, to 400 at a pitch where 375 would have been par.
And okay, so let's start with Virat Kohli. And Virat, okay, so this is the first time that we are actually talking about Virat Kohli in our videos. We've used his name a couple of times in our thumbnail,
Tied to the
but we have never
thumbnails.
talked about him. So this is the first time we are talking about him on the special occasion where he scored a 100, a 50th ODI 100 in the semi-final against New Zealand. And it was so good to see him because it felt like life came a full circle in the last 4 years against the same side in the same magnitude match in Manchester. Virat Kohli scored, I think, 1 run. He got out for 1 run, and after that World Cup, there were sort of shouts that India did not have a good number four, and to see that India's number four. I'm not talking about a year. I'm talking about that particular position. The number four for India scored 100 in the semi-final against New Zealand, and it felt like it was like the stars aligned to make this happen today. And to talk about Virat Kohli, I mean, as he said in the after that 100, that it could not have been better with his wife and Sachin Tendulkar being there in the stands and scoring 100 in the semi-final. Everything was perfect, and I'm the one who keeps talking about him going selfish in the end to get that 100, to get that milestone, but I won't bring that up unless until India keeps on winning. The day India loses, I hope that does not happen on 19th. But if India ever loses because of that thing, I'll be the first one to criticize him.
The thing is, obviously, the way he is playing his knocks, people have been questioning it of being it selfish or not being it selfish. But the thing is, I think this was his natural play. He has been playing like that for a very long time. But just because Rohit Sharma has been doing exceptionally well before him and Shreyas Iyer obviously now and even KL Rahul and Surya Kumar Yadav, all those guys are firing at the right time behind him. It feels like his knock is selfish, but I don't think that he is doing that. Obviously, he did it against Bangladesh and New Zealand. He tried against New Zealand in the Dharamshala match. He couldn't pull it off, but I wouldn't say that his knocks are selfish because I think it's just we have been blessed with someone like Rohit Sharma going crazy
Yes.
in the opening power play, and then Shreyas Iyer not thinking about getting out on the short ball or anything like that. He has just the most positive mindset I have ever seen in a middle order batter from India.
And the last thing before wrapping up is Iyer. As I hinted, as I talked about Iyer a bit, one thing I would like to add on is Iyer has now scored four consecutive scores of over 50. He scored a couple of hundreds and a great innings against South Africa. People started questioning him after 5, 6 matches when he got out to a short ball and he was clearly struggling for form. The shot selection was not right, but he has come back strong, and he's come back so strong that he has been India's backbone in the middle order. He's not given KL Rahul a lot of chance to bat, but KL Rahul has also maintained that form. Even today, he played a good innings, though I felt Surya Kumar Yadav should have been sent ahead of him. But still, all in all, India's batting is doing great. India's bowling is doing great. And Pragun, would you like to say something before we finally wrap this video?
Last thing I would like to say, I don't think it was him being poor with the short selection or anything like that that he was being criticized. It was just that India was performing so well through the run up of the first six matches that everyone was trying to find one of the bad things that we have to
Yes,
find something must be wrong with the team,
yes,
something must be wrong with the team. So they tried to target Iyer, who was honestly the weakest link. But if he would have been just like Shami, if he would have been in any other team, I don't think that he would have been the point of questions in any other team. The way he was playing, he scored a half century against Pakistan. All our broadcaster, all our fans sell it as the biggest game of their lives. So if there is someone who is scoring the a half century, it should speak like that. He's the guy for the big matches. So I don't think he was not as bad as people thought he was or as people perceived he was. But just because everyone was playing so well around him that people thought that he is the one who is the weakest link.
So true. And we'll hope that he continues his form. I think, yeah, everybody in our top five has scored good runs in this tournament. I think Shubman Gill has not scored 100 in this World Cup, right?
Yeah, he has missed out on, I think, two centuries. One
Yeah.
against Sri Lanka at Wankhede and one today because of his cramps. I don't think if he wouldn't have had those cramps, I think we would have
Yes.
seen three centuries today.
Why not a double hundred from him?
No, no. Oh, we already saw three centuries in the first inning. Saudi also scored 100.
Yes, that's good. In the final over. Okay, so with that, we'll wrap this episode. I've been craving to cough, but now I'll be able to cough properly after ending this video. So thank you if you were there till the end. We'll see you in a day or two with the preview for the World Cup final. Thank you.